Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life. But there's something about chess.com. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Chesstrix.
Do you want to know what it is? The Chesstrix is everywhere. It's all around us, even now in this very room. You can turn it on through the app on your phone or on your computer. When you go to the chess club, when you play Titled Tuesday, it's the platform that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you have been deceived. Like everyone else, you have signed up for the bondage, logged into the prison of the chess engines, and follow the lies of the Chesstrix agents. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Chesstrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. Follow me.
So you said 129, right? Okay.
Like around here, you just noticed that like he's just looking down a lot.
Okay. I saw him look down once, okay. Yeah, okay. He looks down.
Yeah, like it's a lot less than 10, but I think if you started around like maybe like 128, 40, in a minute it's like 7 or 8 times. And the position is insanely complicated.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of give you my exactly what I think. Like, yeah, I mean, here's the problem that I see. The problem is that when I look at this very closely, and I'm just looking at the visuals of it, the reason that it looks weird is because you can tell it's very clear where the eye line is. What he's looking at straight ahead. And then like it feels like he just starts looking down, and it's not like, it's just not like there's no like surprise. So like I think if you're looking down, you like, let's just say for example, I look down and I see a spider on the floor or something, there's going to be a reaction from it. Also take a look at Fabiano as a good example. Fabiano's face is glued to the monitor. He's literally calculating on the board. Like his face is just 100% glued to the board. So I mean, I assume there has to be more than this, but it seems to me that it looks very obvious.
Now I also will say this, like if he's looking if he's looking at something and he's looking at something that shows him 2 or 3 options,
Wait!
it is not difficult to look down and play the third best option. You know what I mean? Like if you see the third best option still gives you a good advantage.
but I'm saying like I'm willing to bet you a good chunk of change that if you look at the way Fabiano is in this video, or you look at me, or you look at Magnus, whenever the game is tense, it's really nervous and it's crunch time, we're literally glued to the board. We're literally glued to the screen, looking at the screen. There's no random movement anywhere else because it's crunch time. And so I think, to me, when I look at the contrast between Fabiano and Tigrano, I think it's pretty clear, actually. And I know chat's gonna act all weird and say I look at the ceiling. I might look at the ceiling one time, you guys. I'm not looking at the ceiling every 5 seconds. So seriously, don't even suggest that, or else I'll ban you.
And I know the chat is going to act like I'm looking at the ceiling. I'm not looking at it every 5 seconds. So seriously, don't even suggest that, or I'll ban you.
Yeah. That sounds like a very good deal. But I think I have a better one. How about I give you the Snickers, and you eat it?
Kramnik's fighting Naroditsky.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my second part of the probably trilogy about Daniel Naroditsky, and not only about him, but somehow, you know, there were some things which I noticed and which were looking very strange to me. I will explain you now, one by one. I noticed a kind of strange eyes behavior, yeah,
Okay,
where I don't know, it doesn't mean necessarily that there is something wrong in it, but I want an explanation because it's really unusual. Yeah, but look how many of such
I saw that,
glances.
Volodya.
Again, not monitor.
Okay, quick break.
Sorry, this is not a monitor. Where is... Okay, this is not monitor. I'm sorry. This is outside of the monitor. Okay, next. And by the way, you can check if you want my stream, so Anish Giri, there is nothing of this sort. Nothing, because when you play a game, you're concentrated on the position, yeah? You don't really all the time, yeah. You don't glance all the time somewhere outside of the monitor normally.
I'm willing to bet you a good chunk of change that if you look at the way Fabiano is in this video, or you look at me, or you look at Magnus, whenever the game is tense, it's really nervous and it's crunch time, we're literally glued to the board.
Okay, rebuilding the time advantage here. Rook d8, I have rook d5.
Rebuilding time. Why do you need time when you're +6? You know, you don't need. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't see a move either. He goes queen d7, which I saw.
Well, if you saw, why didn't you tell it? But okay. Yeah, rook d5, again, one of winning moves.
Queen
Doesn't
d3
matter.
or queen f3?
It's taking so much time to play a very simple move like rook d5. Okay.
Queen e6, he might probably will play. I have to watch the back rank, mate.
Chesstrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. When you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Grandmasters, international masters, candidate masters, amateurs. The very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress? I was. Look again. Freeze it.
excuse me, I'm sorry, but what the fuck? Now I've become Kramnik. When I played Magnus a couple of days ago, I'm now scared. I was up 6-2 in the match. I took out my phone. I started filming both of my monitors. I have 3 videos on my phone showing my monitors, showing that I didn't install a plugin or whatever. What are you talking? I'm sort of looking at chat again and violating the golden rule. Whoa. But what is this move? Tanya, hang on a second, Tanya. But queen f6, maybe knight f5. Wow, Naroditsky found the move. Knight f5 perhaps to deflect the queen from the rook, and then on my monitor, I'm just going to take photograph right now, just in case. On my monitors. Golden rook. Whoa. But what is this move?
You think we're idiots, Daniel?
This is a sustained, evil, and absolutely unhinged attempt to destroy my life, trying to ruin my life. He's trying to inflict emotional harm, physical harm on me. He knows exactly what he's doing, and this is one of the most wicked people that I've ever dealt with.
The pill you took is part of a trace program. It's designed to disrupt your input-output carrier signal so we can pinpoint your location. What does that mean, friend?
That means buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy. Because Charlotte is going bye-bye.
And I try to tell the fans on my stream, whose support I really appreciate, that, sometimes they get angry, I think, on my behalf, but it's not the wrong thing, because the fact that someone has suspicions about me, I think, is actually reasonable in and of itself. And I don't take it personally. Okay. I mean, Kramnik has made that clear. Again, I take him at his word. It's not personal. Fine. Okay. My qualms toward his perspective aren't personal either, but it becomes personal when your morality and your very basic morals are constantly put into question. And finally, I am not respected as a person. I'm sorry. I know he says he respects me. I have shown my respect to these top guys. When I am that close to showing how much of an asshole you are, work on them. And I don't just use it to cheat, right? I use it, just kidding. I don't just use it to play Title Tuesday. See, I shouldn't joke about that, but I can't help it.
This will be
It's just too fucking funny.
This will be taken out of contest.
The whole situation is too ripe for humor and fucking with people, so I do it, and I'm going to continue to do it. But I think the match would be close, and anybody with a brain, of which there seem to be few people remaining, and I told him that on the Levitov channel, and he's just like, I didn't do that. I'm like, bitch, I have this. Here is the image from your YouTube video. I'm like, bitch, I have this. Bitch, I have this. It makes me terribly sad. And, I will never make it personal. I will never cuss him out. That's not my style. And I will insist to every one of the members of my chat not to make it personal. I will call out any hate. I don't like, the fact that Hikaru cussed him out. That's bad. But I can understand it because, Hikaru got really angry.
I think it's pretty clear, actually. And I know chat's going to act all weird and say I look at the ceiling. I might look at the ceiling one time, you guys. I'm not looking at the ceiling every 5 seconds. So seriously, don't even suggest that, or else I'll ban you.
Welcome. I've been waiting for you. I am your guide, here to lead you along the trail of evidence toward the truth you seek. You have many questions and doubts, which are natural given your position. Remember, each of us has once stood where you are now. I ask for a bit of trust and an open mind to the facts. Facts that have no need for the dirty tactics of lies. For the truth has nothing to hide, and deception can never overcome it. Let's begin. Daniel had an idea, luckily for us, to record a video with an eye tracker following his eyes on the monitor. The result you see confirms precisely the theories and suspicions we've voiced from the very beginning. I've slowed down the footage so you can examine it closely. He claims to be looking at his opponent's clock, but this is clearly untrue. Daniel has been caught here in a lie. His gaze could not have been directed at the opponent's clock. As eye tracker data shows, his line of sight is positioned above it. If you have any doubts about the accuracy of the eye tracker, Daniel himself dispels them by confirming the precision by looking at his own clock. Here is another example of looking away from the chessboard, which occurs repeatedly every few seconds. During the 2 games played, Daniel looked in that direction about 50 times, which averages to 1 glance every 1.5 to 2 moves. And here's yet another example. Aside from the chessboard, what's most surprising in all of this is the fact that Daniel feels confident enough to think he can fool not only people with his manipulation, but also deceive technology itself. Here, Daniel was caught red-handed, caught in a lie, and has provided us with the proof himself. Thank you, Daniel. Maybe now is a good time to face the truth.
I know you're out there. I've been a slave to Chesstrix myself. I know that you're afraid. Afraid of changing your mind. But what's worse is to be stubborn in the face of new evidence and close the door to the light of truth. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it can begin. I'm going to finish that video, and then I'm going to send the links to those people who are still not sure. I'm going to show them chess without hypocrisy, without cheating. Chess without individuals who are wolves in sheep's clothing, devouring your innocent trust. A chess where playing fair is possible. Where we go from here is a choice I leave to you.